Now with our GMA cover story and a question many are asking thanks to the popularity of weight loss medications. Can weight loss be contagious? Many families are finding everyone benefits when one person starts taking the drugs. Our chief medical correspondent, Dr. Narula, is standing by. But first, she has the story we first saw in the New York Times.
When 42-year-old Kaya Griffin-Thomas started a GLP-1 last year, she expected to lose weight. But she didn't anticipate an improvement in her family's health.
It's so good.
It's so good.
Her children, ages 6 and 8, are now assisting mom with meal prep.
I allow my children to help me wash and chop and season the vegetables. And they get to choose which vegetables we're having. Oh, my little sous chefs.
Getting them involved is not only helpful,
it's made it fun. You know, they say, oh, Mom, this tastes so good. Oh, I did such a good job with this. Oh, I can't wait for Daddy to taste this. It's amazing. You think he'll take it to lunch? They're so excited about eating healthy.
Approximately 6% of the U.S. population, about 20 million people, report taking a GLP-1 like Ozempic or Wegovy, with patients reporting an unexpected side effect. Their families are getting healthier too. Chicagoan Amy Kane says her healthy eating habits have rubbed off on her family. She says she's dropped more than 170 pounds since starting Mounjaro 3 years ago.
We definitely don't order in like we used to. And I think I just am more mindful of making healthier recipes.
And while her husband has never struggled with his weight, he is feeling the effects too.
He feels like he feels better because we don't order out as much.
Minnesotan single mom Yelena Kibasova has incorporated weightlifting into her routine in order to maintain muscle mass on her GLP-1. What gets her moving is her 12-year-old son Andre, who's a hockey player looking to build some muscle himself.
I thought we could do this together. This is a great way to get him motivated. And he's also like a little helper type of dude. And when I tell him like, Mom can't motivate herself to exercise, could you help me? He's just like, oh, totally, I'm in. Like, I will help you out.
They lift weights in the basement together 2 to 3 times a week.
So it was beneficial because he felt really proud of himself. It's awesome.
And Dr. Narula is with us right now. And Doc, thank you, first of all, for being here. And also, these conversations you got to have about body image with your kids when one of the parents is on a weight loss drug. How do you have that conversation?
I love this topic because I have 2 young girls. My husband's a plastic surgeon, and we have family members on GLPs. So we are very careful and cautious about how we talk about body image and weight with our kids. And I think the biggest message is you want to build a healthy, strong body, a body that's going to carry you through athletics, through college, through childbearing years, and into your aging process. So it's really about healthy and not the appearance on the outside. We talk to them about how obesity translates in the future into cardiovascular disease and diabetes and cancer risk. Again, what happens on the inside that you can't see. We talk about the fact that obesity is a chronic disease. Finally, in this country, we are admitting that that is what it is. And therefore, the same way that we treat high blood pressure with medicine, sometimes we tell our kids we need to treat obesity with medications. It is one tool in our toolbox. And then, you know, we're very careful about talking about appearances. You know, a lot of times in families, you comment on yourself, you comment on someone you see on TV, and we really try not to do that in front of our kids. And then if a child comes to you and says, am I overweight? Am I obese? You really want to have that conversation where you say, why do you feel this way about your body? Tell me what's going on. What can we do to support you? And really listen. Maybe there's something happening at school or online that might be pushing them to have those feelings about their own body.
And I love seeing a mom who's working out with her son 3 days a week. I worked out with my dad when I started at 13 years old, probably about 5 or 6 days a week. He really pushed me. But, you know, you're a mother. You know, you're a cardiologist. How do you have these conversations with your kids about healthy nutrition? Where does that start?
Michael, the biggest gift, one of the biggest gifts you can give your kids is teaching them about nutrition. The same way that we teach our kids about finances, about how to study, about safety. This is something that is going to be a foundation that they take with them for the rest of their life. I see so many adults who are relearning or learning how to eat properly, and it's very hard when you're older to change those habits. So that's the first thing. I think the second thing is showing them what is a healthy plate. You really need carbs and protein and dairy and fruits and vegetables, showing them how much. Reading labels, I can't underestimate how important that is. When you go to the grocery store, my kids know how to compare cereals, and you can very quickly tell this one has this many added sugars, this has this much protein, and suddenly 2 cereal boxes look very different.
Yeah.
And, you know, I think cooking together as a family, sitting down at mealtime together, turning the TV off if you can, so you can teach them to be mindful, right? So you're not just eating and eating, you're paying attention to when you feel full, buying healthy snacks, teaching them about that, managing stress and sleep. And then, yes, exercise is a big one. We exercise together in our family too on the weekends. And I will say also a nutritionist can be a really valuable resource for not just kids, but the whole family. So everyone learns how to do things the right way. It can be hard when people are all approaching things differently, and the nutritionist can really set the table for how you want to eat as a family.
And the basics is be an example, if anything.
A great
you
model.
can always be a role model to your kids.
That's right.
Dr. Narula, thank you very
you, Mike.
much, as always.